Good evening, everyone. I would like to call this meeting to order. Lisa Glidden is here. Tom Chiappa.
Here.
Pamela Dowd. Here. Jim McKenzie.
Here.
Sean Onmacht.
Here.
Heidi Sweeney. Here. Dave Crisafulli.
Here.
I'll say it slowly because she always comes in right when I finish. Maura Dempsey? No, okay. All right, let's stand for the pledge. Okay, we have no one signed up for floor to the public tonight, so we will move on to the superintendent report. Dr. Calvin.
Good evening, board. Good to see everybody back tonight. So we have a couple different things we'd like to share. I think we'll start tonight, though, with congratulations to our students. So we have every day a lot of kids who are just doing some really awesome things, great behaviors, great character that they're demonstrating. We certainly want to make sure that we highlight that. So a couple schools that we have some great things happening. I want to share first the December Leaders of the Month for Fitzhugh Park School. They have, as a part of their Leader in Me program, a couple of habits to strive for. And this past month, it was habit 3, put first things first. And we had a number of students that just did a great job there. Also at Frederick Layton's school, our December Character Trait Award recipients, we want to congratulate them. The students were demonstrating empathy, and we had a number of students that were there that were recognized. And also we had some students at the high school who recently were invited to participate in the Denali Partners Leadership Workshop, which is designed to help develop student leaders in our high school. So a number of these students, if you go to our Facebook page, you'll see their pictures there, names there of each of the students. And we just wanted to recognize them all and say, job well done, congratulations. I want to know if we can just give them a round of applause and some appreciation. Good job. Good job. Couple of things that we want to kind of update and just share with the board. Well, first of all is we have some changes with respect to our pool testing program. So you all know, board, about a year or so ago, we had the federal government that assisted us with putting into place a pool testing program. The district, unfortunately, is unable to continue this program. The federal government has said now that things have changed around with COVID that they kind of want to, well, they're pulling back all of the programming that they had put out to school districts and agencies across the entire country. So what we'd like to do is just let folks know that we're going to continue, however, to offer COVID-19 tests. We have those box tests that people can use while our supplies last. We'll be sharing that with folks, and then our offices will continue to refer people to the Department of Health, which does some testing, or local testing sites for students. In terms of, we would refer them back to their primary care physician if they can't get to the Department of Health. And then we'll continue to watch things across our district. We are still doing our reporting online, but again, unfortunately, that pool testing program would have to end. The other piece is around Hey Tutor and our 7 through 12 tutoring programs for students who have COVID-19. So, in the heart of the pandemic, what we've been doing is if kids are sick because they have COVID-19, we have been working with them, offering them tutoring services if they're well or they're up to it. We've offered a tutoring program. However, since the beginning of this year, we have had, unfortunately, very little participation in this tutorial program. Where last week we were having 20, maybe 30 people that were kind of on. We are sometimes maybe 1 or 2, sometimes none at all. And so that comes at great cost because you have to have staffing there. But we've also, just so you know, we've checked with other districts to see what they're all doing. No one is doing this type of program. We are the only one that's still out there doing it. And so I think given the low participation, it would be proper to just kind of discontinue that. And so what our plan is to just kind of do like everybody else is, going back to the practice that we had in place prior to COVID-19. If you're out, if you're ill, let us know. We'll give you the work. You can make it up and then turn that back in. So we just wanted to share that with the board. We would be sending out a communication as soon as tomorrow to let folks know, but I just wanted to share that with you all first in case you had any questions. Everybody good? Sir?
Just had a question in terms of accessibility for the free COVID test that's on our website, in terms of finding out how to get that for the public.
I'm not sure if it's on the website, but we can certainly put something there. We have a COVID-19 page, and we can tell them, we can put that while supplies last, right? We can certainly share that. And, we were getting lots of these tests last year. Now, we really don't get a lot of those tests anymore, but. Tests coming in. We had so many tests that I think we had Nancy's office and several other offices full of tests. They were every place, right? Yeah. But we don't have a lot of people who request them. We actually, at some of our events, and some of the buildings, like I see Jenny sitting here, I think outside of her building, or in the front foyer, she had some on a table, and some of our principals have them out like that. Anybody who wants them can take one. But while those supplies last, we'll continue to offer them, and we can put that onto our webpage for a COVID-19 page. Okay? All right. All right, and so tonight we want to now shift to our budget presentation. This is presentation number 3. And in this section of the budget, we want to just share information around the administrative proposed budget for 23-24 school year. Our goals, again, as we've kind of gone over the last couple of weeks, they remain the same: to continue to be fiscally sound. We want to make sure that the budget is not excessive to taxpayers, that it's flexible, providing for flexibility within budget codes, foolproof, meaning that it provides for emergencies should they occur, that the budget is flowing, that it has enough cash flow available in case state aid is withheld, and that there is an alignment. Our budget will be aligned to our district strategic plan and considers long-term perspective and planning pieces as well. So when we think about the administrative budget, people have asked, well, what's in that portion? Well, all of these items that are listed here are what make up the administrative budget. Everything from Board of Education to the district clerk, district meetings, auditing, the treasurer, tax collector, purchasing, fiscal agent, legal, personnel, records management, security, central storeroom, central mailing, printing, data processing, school association dues, assessments of school property, BOCES administrative costs, curriculum development and supervision, special programs, supervision of regular schools, and then in-service training. So a lot of people think it's just the administrators. It isn't. As you can see, just for the public who's watching, there's a plethora of information that goes into this portion of the budget. So in terms of a summary, what we are looking at right now is a 2.3% increase in this portion of the budget. There's some areas that are, going up, and then some areas that are going down. We, just in terms of a summary here, in terms of salaries, equipment, contractual, BOCES, and supplies, we'll go over that, and then we'll break it down line by line. So Nancy, if you want to just kind of go over the salaries and equipment, those pieces that are there on this summary page, then we'll go to the others.
In the salaries are proposed to increase by $70,605 over all of the admin components. Equipment is projected to decrease by $15,000. Contractual is projected to go up $132,300. The BOCES part of the budget is projected to increase by $26,935. And supplies are projected to increase by $1,000. So right now, the proposed budget for 23-24 is $9,483,190. And our current budget is $9,267,350 for an increase of budget to budget of $215,840.
So we'll go line by line now.
As part of the Board of Education component, that budget is $6,000. It is projected to remain the same for next year, zero change. District clerk, proposed budget is planned to go down by $1,200. That is because the previous board clerk had a cell phone reimbursement, which we no longer do. So that is going down by $1,200. District meeting, which is everything to do with this, and the voting is projected to go down $10,000. That's a reduction due to a decrease in the contractual line. We had purchased the new Bold software and the new machines. so that cost was not as much going forward as we projected, so that cost can go down by $10,000. Superintendent's budget, which is not only the salaries, but it is also supplies and travel and all kinds of things like that, is projected to go up $46,031. There are contractual increases in there. There's a 403B payment to previous superintendent, and the assistant superintendent is now part of that category. Business administration, which is my department's budget, is projected to go down $15,994, and that is because even though people have gotten salary increases, we've had some change in staffing, so those people, it's showing breakage. The auditing budget, which is our external, internal, and any other special audits that are required, is showing no increase or no change. It remains at $85,000. The treasurer budget is projected to go down by $2,405. There was a reduction in hours from the previous year, and this is just a catch-up from the budget. The tax collector budget, I have increasing by $20,000. Right now, this is just an estimate. We have a person in my office who is an account clerk, but also the tax collector. This person is retiring, and we're not sure where that position is going to land. So I did put $20,000 in there in the event that we have to have another person do tax collection sporadically throughout tax season. The purchasing budget is projected to go up $2,053. That is a contractual increase. The fiscal agent fee is projected to go up $2,500. That is for increased reporting. This is for fiscal advisors who help us with all of our bonding and our projections. The legal bill is showing no increase at this time. It's going to stay at $103,000. The personnel budget is projected to be reduced by $46,659, similar to my department. There have been changes in personnel which have caused the reduction. The next line is the public information systems. It's $80,000 for each year, showing no change. The security budget is projected to have a $111,078 increase, and this is because of additional security costs and police coverage that is being projected. The central storeroom, which is the warehouse, is projected to go down by $4,198, and that's because we had a change of staff. Central mailing and printing has no change and remains at $90,200. Central printing is showing a decrease of $13,276, and that is mainly a reduction of $15,000 for equipment. We had to buy a paper cutter last year, $20,000 piece of equipment, very expensive, and we don't have anything like that planned for next year. Central data processing is showing an $11,840 increase. That is contractual, and it also is part of BOCE's increase. Our insurance, which covers all of our insurance, including our auto, is projected to increase by $25,000. We don't get this information until April, but I wanted to plan for that so that we don't get caught with an increased premium with nothing in the budget. Association dues remain flat at $7,000. Assessments on school properties remain flat at $26,000. The BOCE's administrative costs, which is the largest part of the BOCE's budget at $1.9 million, is showing no change. The curriculum development and supervision budget is projected to increase by $47,377. We had a retirement payout for a previous administrator, and we have an increase in our clerical staff. Supervision of special programs is showing a projected increase of $11,496, mainly due to contractual increases. Supervision of regular school is projected to go up by $32,197, and that is mainly due to contractual increases. And in-service training is projected to be flat at $224,000. The entire administrative budget is projected to go up 2.3%.
Again, when we go back to the summary page, the biggest increase right now is in contractual, right now, basically. Any questions from the board on the projected or proposed section at this time?
I just would like to mention about the security and additional security. I actually think that may need to increase more. I would like to propose that the district look into getting at least a security officer, if not an SRO, in every single building that we have. So that would be an additional cost. So just thinking that we need bodies in every building, not floaters.
Okay. Any other questions or concerns?
Just a question. So for the additional security officer costs and police coverage, so Nancy said something about increases. I didn't know if you said contractual or what have you. What are the increases? Are you recommending additional people? Are these parts of contracts?
It might be best, so I think, first of all, because this is a agency or entity that we have interaction with, it is one of the things that we can talk about in an executive session before we come out to the public and talk through that, and we will. I think we might be better served to have that discussion there first, because there is a section that does allow you to talk about the performance of a particular staff member, entity, agency that you, and I think that might be maybe the best way. And then we can come back and share that more broadly. Would that be all right with the board? All right.
That's fine with me. And on Pam's point, because we disagree on this, but I actually think if we're going to have that debate, I think we should have that debate, and have, we can maybe have a presentation, or I can certainly bring in some summaries of literature reviews of some of the research out there. But, so I think we should, I would like to talk about it, but not right here, right now, but maybe schedule it into one of our upcoming meetings.
Whenever, we're ready.
Okay. All right. Any other questions for the superintendent?
Okay. All right. Well, with that said, thank you, and we're all set. Thank you.
Okay. So Diane, did you see that Maura came? Okay, good. Welcome, Maura. You look like you're coming right from sports, so thank you. Sorry to make you run. All right, so moving on to our consent agenda, we have the minutes of our January 3rd board meeting and the special education board report of January 17th. Is there a motion for the consent agenda?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Pam. A second? Dave, any discussion, questions? All in favor? Aye. Okay, next up, we have personnel.
Okay.
Rob.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to pull out the first item A on their support staff or recommendations for retirement. I'd like to read, whereas Scott Sweeting admirably served the students and staff of Oswego City School District as a senior custodian from November 8th, 1989, with full commitment to the best interests of all students, and worked in partnership with his fellow employees. So I'd like to recommend him for, as presented for his retirement.
Is there a motion for A?
I'll move it.
Dave, second.
I'll second.
Pam, any discussion?
Thank you for all those years, Scott, for your service to this district. It's much appreciated.
Yeah, it's a long time. Okay, go ahead, Bob.
Okay, items B through E are,
Sorry, we will actually let you retire, Scott. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
okay. Items B through E are professional staff recommendations as presented.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you, Heidi. Second?
I'll second.
Thanks, Tom. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay, items F through H are support staff recommendations as presented.
Is there a motion for F through H, support staff?
I'll make the motion.
Thanks, Tom. Second?
I'll second it.
Thanks, Heidi. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and items I and J are substitute and temporary employees and extra compensatory position recommendations as presented.
Okay, is there a motion for I and J?
Move it.
Second?
Second.
All in, or any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bob. Okay, we move to Nancy for finance.
Item A is the extra classroom activity fund report for the year end 6/30/22, and item B is the corrective action plan for the extra classroom report as presented.
Okay, is there a motion for A and B under finance?
I'll make the motion.
A second?
I'll second.
Any discussion?
I did have a little, because I know this is one of the areas we always go over. I just, have we established our procedural structure for this in terms of the accounting and reporting for the clubs? You know, it's in that corrective plan, it's basically saying, and it's something we come to a lot, and I remember before we were talking about having some sort of uniform procedure that we would hand each club advisor, just to streamline that. Did we do that, or no? We did, okay. So it's just the,
There's actually a document from the State Comptroller's Office on all of the processes that they're supposed to follow for the clubs. And as a matter of fact, February the 3rd, I have scheduled Mengel, Metzger, and Barr to come in and do a refresher training for all of the auditors, treasurers, and club advisors.
oh, great, thank you. I know it's one of those things that it's human nature and it's in the report and it always occurs, but thank you very much.
There's not one clean ECA report in the
Ever.
state.
That's
ever.
right. Yep. But thank you.
You're welcome. Item C.
Oh, wait, hold
and-
on, we should have to vote on that one.
Yes.
All in favor?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, go ahead, Nancy.
Item C and D are budget transfers as presented.
Okay, is there a motion for C and D?
Move them.
Thanks, Pam. Second?
Second it.
Thanks, Heidi. Okay, any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Item E is the donation from the Minetto HSA Homeschool Association for the playground in the amount of $116,678.53, as presented.
Okay, a motion for E.
I'll make the motion.
Thanks, Tom. A second?
I'll second it.
Jim, any discussion?
I'd just like to say kudos to Minetto Home and School Association. It is not easy to raise $5, let alone $116,000. It has taken a lot of years and a lot of effort by some very busy people, just reaching out again and again and again. So kudos to the Minetto Home and School Association for their effort in fundraising for their playground.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Pam and I think, have spent a lot of years on home and schools. It's not easy. And yeah, that's really quite impressive. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, and last.
And F is for the board to approve the award of the BOCES bid for air purifiers to Wisecom Technologies for $250,872.
Okay, is there a motion for 11F?
I'll make the motion.
I'll
Second?
it.
Thanks, Tom and Heidi. Any discussion?
Do have some questions. Is this aidable at all?
Nancy?
No, because
those are for
this is being
grant.
paid for under the ELC grant through the county for the COVID money that they received.
Okay, so this money, we're not actually spending our own money.
No.
We're spending county money.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Grant money.
Yeah. One of the things that school districts, it's grant money allocated to our district. So in addition to like supplies, materials, last year, one of the things that a lot of districts did was go out and get some air purifiers for school buildings to try to, help in the atmosphere. And so we are one of those. So many districts were getting them in our BOCES. There was a bid that happened amongst the entire BOCES. BOCES did the bid for us, if I remember correctly, and so that's what this is. But no, it's not it is our money, but it's not our money.
It's all our money,
So,
New York
yes,
State money.
right.
So as just a quick follow-up to that, what is this going to get us? So how many units, where are they going to be
it
disposed of?
300?
What's a general plan?
300 air purifiers, I think,
I
all
think
throughout the district.
it's about 300 plus air purifiers. They are going to go into all of the interior spaces, classrooms.
So we've got enough for every space.
We went out and
Thank you.
counted them all.
Beautiful.
Okay.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you. Maura, do you have anything for us?
Hi, everyone. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday weekend. Oswego High School has their semi-formal next weekend at the Elks Lodge from 7 to 10 p.m. And recently, this is actually really cool, we had the 2 basketball teams. They both had home games the same day, so everyone got to see each other play and support each other, which is really cool because that doesn't happen that often.
Can I just say, I love this coffee station too. Is that's something the student council is doing, or?
There's a group of students, a classroom, if I remember correctly, that's doing that. Am I right? Go ahead.
Actually, I'm so sorry, Ryan. Do you want to just come to the microphone so that people online could hear you too?
Our coffee initiative is a collaboration between our food service department, our students, our National Honor Society with our students in different classrooms that need credential CDOS hours, so they're getting those occupational studies and those things. So every morning we have coffee, so we're serving kids in the library. It's just a way to entice kids to come to the space and enjoy one another and do activities. So Matt and his team have been amazing, and our staff, Amy Rappin, our family consumer science teacher, has done a lot with it, along with Kaylee Morrison, our National Honor Society. So it's a really great initiative, and we've been having some meetings and discussions, and we're hopefully going to grow it. So it's been wonderful.
All right, are there any items from the board?
Of course. So we all, enjoyed a day off, or most of us anyway, yesterday, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. But, I just would like to challenge everyone out there to a couple things. Do a little service for somebody. Pay it forward. It's what Martin Luther King Jr. was partly all about. So, again, I challenge you. Pay it forward. Do some service for somebody. And the other thing I would like to challenge this whole community to is practice kindness. It seems to be lost out there most days. So again, here's a challenge for our entire community, the Oswego City community, not just the school community. All of us need to be a lot more kinder to people, to places. Just be kind. But also, thank you, faculty, staff, administrators, for all that you do for all of our students in our district. You're very much appreciated, all of you.
I just have something very quick that's somewhat unrelated, but it is sort of state business. Nancy, when you said the comptroller's office, it reminded me, I saw a presentation by the Tom DiNapoli as our state comptroller. And if you Google state comptroller, unclaimed funds, you can put in your name, your neighbors' names, your grandparents' names, and find unclaimed funds that might be owed to you. I'll send Diane the actual link, but if you just Google like New York State Comptroller unclaimed funds, it'll come right up to it. I unfortunately found nothing for myself or anybody that I know, but I know of people who like really, and organizations as well, that like this money is out there for years. It's like New York State has billions of dollars of unclaimed funds. So look it up, people. Anything else?
Yeah, I just wanted to go back to the playground in Minetto and thank a number of other people as well, not only the Minetto community, Shinneman Foundation, the board, everybody that worked on it. I don't know if anybody saw Sunday Morning this past Sunday. Anyone? It was a great thing on CBS Sunday Morning. It was a school in Minnesota, and it was an outside playground, and there were 3 kids who had special needs when wheelchairs who couldn't participate. So the kids in the class took it upon themselves to say, well, could we raise that money? And they went out and they said it will be $300,000. And the kids in the class started and they raised the $300,000. And then they decided they wanted to do it for the whole district. And they went and they have a sign in their classroom where it just goes up the wall, and they're trying to provide for the whole district. And I just wanted to commend everybody. Ryan, you said collaboration, and it was a great collaborative effort to make that happen. So I appreciate everybody involved with that and coming together. So I thank everyone.
All right, I believe we have a need for an executive session.
Yes, for a couple of different things. First is information about a current or future investigation or prosecution of criminal events that obstructs effective law enforcement if revealed. Details of proposed current or pending litigation. Collective negotiations pursuant to Article 14 of Civil Service Law. And then details of medical, financial, credit, or employment history of a particular person or corporation, or matters leading to the appointment, employment, promotion, demotion, discipline, suspension, dismissal, or removal of a particular person or corporation. Okay?
Will there be a need for a vote after?
No. No need for a vote.
Okay. All right, is there a motion to move to executive session? Thanks, Dave. Second?
A second.
All in favor, or any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you.